First down, 60 total yards in Norman last year. The Cyclones really missing Hiawatha Rutland, who's had knee surgery. Don't say knee surgery to Jason White. He looks healthy. He looks efficient. Can the Cyclones force some mistakes? Only one pick all year. They have not fumbled the football. Mike Stoops expecting defensive intensity. Don't tell him about the look ahead to Texas, even though OU has not lost in Ames since 1960. I mean, Oklahoma, we saw Miami almost lose. Any danger at all here?
No. Oklahoma has scored average 50 points in the last 2 ball games. At Jason White, 11 touchdowns, 65% of his passes. Oklahoma big. They're a good football team.
I think of all the teams out there, Oklahoma and Florida State are the only teams that have been consistent all year long, and that continues today for Oklahoma. They will not be looking ahead to next week's game with the Red River shootout against the Longhorns. They'll be ready today.
Well, here's a question now that folks here are pretty interested in. The singular wireless poll, a chance for you to vote on ESPN.com. You could be on your way to the BCS, our championship text challenge. Who will win the Big 12? Oklahoma, Kansas State, Texas, or Nebraska? I guess Kansas, despite the big win, has not made the top 4. Log on to ESPN.com and vote. Now to your
quarterback situation for Oklahoma. What does it look like now?
Well, Chance Mox played so well. He was leading the nation with passing efficiency coming into the game. Vince Young came in and made plays today with his feet and a couple with his arm. So we're in great shape going into the OU game.
Good.
We just hope Vince is healthy.
That was a non-answer, by the way.
I have been asked the quarterback questions at Texas
You're
before.
very good at that.
Right.
But we could see a similar philosophy in rotation to what we saw today, or will there be a change, or you haven't decided that yet?
We haven't decided yet. We haven't talked to the guys. What we'll do is look at the best way to beat OU, and that's what we'll try to decide this week.
And your kid's mindset going into the Oklahoma game, knowing that very few of them have ever been on the winning side against the Sooners.
Well, it is. We've beaten everybody around here more than they've beaten us in our senior class except the OU game. Give OU credit. The guys are #1 in the country. They do a great job coaching. Got the best defense in the country. Jason White's playing super. There's nothing about OU that's not good. Those guys play great. Great challenge for us next week, but with challenge is opportunity.
Yeah, good luck to you, Coach.
Is there anything, Coach, that you learned through these first 4 times of playing them that can help you this time in preparing and dealing with the hype? And can Texas beat Oklahoma? Is there anything that can help you this week?
Well, we did beat them the first 2 years. We came back hurt the last 3. It's like a bowl game at midseason. It's one of the biggest games in college football. What's been missed in this game, it's been a great game. It's come down to the 4th quarter both years. Give them credit. They've made more plays in the 4th quarter than we did. We made some today. Hopefully we can do it next week.
I know these fans are already ready. Hey, thanks for your time. Notice how long we let them savor this win before you guys start talking about Oklahoma next week? That's the way it is down here. They're halfway home in Texas 2-step. Let's go back to the studio.
#1 team in the land, Oklahoma in Jack Trice Stadium, take on Iowa State. Jason White, Mark Bradley, 16-0 Sooners.
And Jason White has just been terrific this year, guys. Look at him find Will Peebles here in a little screen, sets up the blockers, has the speed, gets to the outside, breaks a couple tackles, 45 yards in for the score for Oklahoma.
Jason White, 26 of 34, 382, 5 touchdowns. See what these guys think of him as a Heisman candidate in a bit. After Iowa State's lone touchdown, the Sooners answer quickly as Mark Bradley logs on and is part of the Gone Network. He went end-to-end, coast-to-coast, 100 yards. The Sooners, well, as Barry Switzer used to like to say, they hang half 100 on them and a little bit more. 53-7.
Well, they did have some injuries, though, Reese.
They did. Antonio Perkins got nicked up in this game.
In the 4th quarter.
Right, he was still out there for some reason. Stoops said afterwards that he's fine as Oklahoma gets ready for Texas coming up next.
Oh, yeah, the Red River rivalry, OU and Texas.
Oh, and Oklahoma and Texas. Now, both of these football teams are strong defensively. I think this was a great win for Texas to beat Kansas State and go in with a little momentum. I think Texas needs to win the 4th quarter. They lose the 4th quarter, and that's why they lose to Oklahoma. If they rest that football team enough, they got an outside shot at Oklahoma.
Well, anytime you talk about Texas, people talk about toughness.
Yeah.
Well, their defense is tough and ready for Oklahoma. Their offense, whether it's Vince Young or Chance Mock, needs to improve and get ready to play at a whole different level if they want to compete with Oklahoma. The game I'm looking forward to next week.
All right, give me your top 5.
Okay, Oklahoma, I think they're the best all-around football team in the country. Virginia Tech, they look stronger. Offensive and defensive. Miami moves down a notch for me because they didn't play very well this week. And then Florida State, the old Florida State, and then your Buckeyes. My Florida State and your Buckeyes. Our two teams are
hanging around there. I have to put Miami right now at #5. Fellas, you got to slide down with the performance this last week. Yeah, I'm trying to push the button. I'm going to be riding this thing, getting them ready for Tallahassee. Ohio State, I think, right about that 4 or 5 spot. Virginia Tech, playing good football, really kind of still under the radar, even though they're playing great football. And then Florida State, and I think Oklahoma are the two teams that have been most consistent so far this year in college football. Florida State and Oklahoma, that would be a great championship game, but still, long way to go. Of course I'm going to move Miami down, get them upset, get them ready to roll.
You guys sit here in Austin, put Oklahoma #1, both of you. You talk about the emotions going up and down. Your top fives are kind of fluctuating up and down.
That's the way it should be.
There's always an agenda.
Oh, sure.
I cannot say I disagree. Always an agenda. That's an understatement. Let's go back to the agenda of the studio right now.